Hey guys, episode 25.
And 9234.
Episode 152 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Wild Force, the Wild Force Megazord, aka the Gao King from Hakuju Sentai Gao Ranger, and also the Gao Knight. So now we have the Lion. So maneuverability is you can open his mouth. You also can move the paws up and down, back and forth. Now the tail doesn't really do much, but you can just bend it, that's about it. Or if you position him enough, you can actually have him holding a paw out or something like that. Also, later on in the series, even in Japan, they released a jumbo Lion Sword. Now the jumbo Lion Sword is actually the same thing as this Lion Sword, but instead it's much bigger and it's also for the Pegasus when the Gao Icarus rides onto the Lion Sword. So now we have Taylor's Eagle Zord. You can flap the wings. You can also rotate them. You can do it like this, or from the back as well. Doesn't really matter. You can do it like that, whatever way you want. The mouth does open and close. The neck does move. The eagle claws, you can actually clip them down like this, or you can actually have them standing up. You can rotate them the whole 360 as well, so which is the good part about this thing.
Also, you can have the helmet tail move up so that you can have the eagle stand up on its hind legs so it's facing up, and then you can have the wings move into whatever position you wish.
So now we have Max's Shark Zord. Now the Shark Zord is missing the tail. The interesting part is that it has wheels, so there's a wheel here that you can put it like this, or when you extend it to roll it around. The fins do move back and forth, up and down, whichever way you want. The good part about the shark is that there's actually possibility that you can actually move it like a real shark would do. It moves back and forth like how it would be hunting something. The mouth also does open as well. And this little clip here is for actually holding the tail when they do it in the Megazord mode. So now we have the Bison Zord. Now the Bison Zord, you guys also gotta remember that the Wild Force Megazord, they came with a small little stage piece for a stand. Now this is actually used for the trailer formation, or you actually can put it when the Megazord is, they actually clips onto the Megazord. The Bison Zord really doesn't do much. You can actually extend his legs down. You can have him roll around.
It's really for trailer formation, but you can actually use it in its animal form.
The head does go up and down. You can actually move the horns as well, which is really cool to see. And of course, the mouth does open a bit. This one I like because it has the most things that you can do out of all the Zords, because it has the wheels and you can move the head and whatnot. So now we have Alyssa's Tiger Zord. We've actually had tigers in other series, but this one is actually a bit different because it's more like a white instead of a pink, even though this is like kind of white and pink as well. Maneuverability is you can actually just bend this a bit. The legs do move. They do have a
paws
movement too, so you can have it like standing out like that. Mouth, you can turn the head. The mouth opens as well. But like I said, if you guys do stick it too hard, there's a little peg right here that you can just let it out and whatnot. The tail doesn't really move much, it just moves up and down really much.
I want to remind people that when you put the tiger in its animal form, you have to always have the neck be pulled out, because in Megazord mode, usually you have it closed, but a lot of people tend to forget when you're in animal mode, you have to have it left open.
So now we have the Elephant Zord. Now the Elephant Zord was actually not released in the States, so the only way you can get it is the Japanese version. The posability is you move the legs, you actually have it like this. The tusk does move a bit, not much, but you can actually move it left or right, up and down. You also twist it and whatnot. Now the gimmick is for the elephant is that the tusks actually move, so when you press this, the tusks go up or down, up and down, up and down. Now we have the Red Gorilla Zord. Now this one was actually not shown in Wild Force. It was only a movie exclusive in Japan. Oddly enough, we got this thing. The maneuverability is you can move the arms. You can actually open them up. The legs just move back and forth, up and down, whatnot. They are die cast, which is really cool. So you can have them stand up like this, you can actually have him like this as well, just like how they do in the show when he's about to come out.
The only drawback that I hate is that his legs aren't flexible at all. They're actually stuck permanently in this pose.
Another good thing about the gorilla is that you actually can open his hands a bit. You will also get the anchor chain. Now the anchor chain, you actually store it in here. And the instructions actually tell you to store it in here so you don't lose it and whatnot, because things like these can get lost, and there's also a little small little plastic little play toy that was included in it. So now we have the trailer formation. Now this formation is actually not shown in the show. Pretty much what it is that the bison becomes the wheels, but then what happens is the lion goes on the top and the two connect and the eagle just goes down on the lion. It's really a pain in the butt to do it because you have to have the eagle standing up and the two have to line up with the pegs. So now we have the Wild Force Megazord. It's really interesting to see that black making just the bottom and then the other four on the top, which is really cool. I like this formation. It looks interesting.
The only complaint I have is that the Eagle Zord is kind of a pain in the butt. In order to connect it into the line, you have to fit it in a specific way where the feet slitch in, and then if you put one misaligned, it gets stuck.
You also gotta remember that when the eagle lines up, push the wings inside in the middle of the bison so it doesn't stick out. Maneuverability, just like standard Megazords nowadays.
Arms. Yeah, you can bend the arms a little bit so you can have like this movement. That's pretty much it. And of course, if we had the tail, you would have the sword.
So what you do is that you take it out, and then there's a little peg here. You just put the tail in, and then that's how it would actually hold the tail. The good part about this is that you can swap things with the other Wild Force. So you can have the polar bears, you can have the antler and the deer, whichever one.
Or Animus's parts. You can mix the eagle with, or the arms, or the bison.
So now we have the Wild Force Megazord Sword and Shield mode. This is mainly much just having the elephant now as the weapons. The weapon now is that the elephant is like a sword / whip, and then you have a shield. You can still do the feature with it, and just like the others, you can still move it. So you can have it like up high, down low, whichever one you want. You can still bend it because of how the you can still bend this thing. So you can have them like this, you can have them like this, or you can have them out. You only can put the elephant on the shark and the tiger. You cannot put it on any of the others Wild Force Swords.
Nor can you flip it. You can't have the sword on the tiger head and the shield on the bed.
Because the mechanism inside is designed for just the shark, this side, and the tiger would be just like the head of a tiger. So now we have the Gao Knight / Ultimus Megazord. This actually was not really used in Wild Force at all. This is just like the Wild Force Megazord. Instead, we replaced the lion with the little red ape sword. Posability wise, same thing like all the other Zords. Move this around, move this back and forth and whatnot. You can still move the chest back and forth. You can still do it. It's not restricted. The only sad part is that he doesn't really do much. That's like the only downside to it. Alteration wise, now there weren't really a lot of changes. One, elephant never released. The lion's sword, the only thing that we didn't paint was the mouth.
The eagle is missing the gray strips on the legs.
Shark, the two fins on the sides right here, they were dull gold. This on the back, where the symbol is actually painted on instead of being in a sticker like in the Japanese version.
And then we lost the gray paint on both bottom fins and the side parts of the shark.
The bison, we actually replaced these. This chrome here, there's not chrome here. The horns were not chromed. While the Japanese version has stickers on the sides, the American one did not have stickers on them.
For the tiger, they didn't paint in the middle part where you can rotate it. The entire tail has no black paint. Some of the black paint on here, over here removed. The black strips over here in the center removed. And the tips don't have their yellow paint.
Also, the back where the symbol is actually painted on instead of being a sticker like in the Japanese version. Now for the red ape, we got it in the Ultimus Megazord set. We did get the chain, but we got a different soul bird. The soul bird was actually enlarged to put it as an arm attachment. In the Japanese version, the soul bird just came with minifigures and it didn't attach it whatsoever. The bison is now motorized and it's purple.
And it can't transform, it's stuck as a leg only.
And you also get the piece to connect the Rhino and the Armadillo to the Wild Force Megazord. The Wild Force Zords are good.
The cool thing I like about the Wild Force line is that you can mix and match all the animal Zords and do different combos that are not available in the show or whatever. You can have the elephant with something else, or mix and match the leg pieces, the arm pieces, all that's the cool feature.
Try to get this set if you can. The elephant out of any Wild Force thing would be the most expensive one because it was never released in America. But yeah, that's it for our review of the Wild Force Megazord and the Gao Knight. Join us next time for the Brachiozord and the Cephalozord. Become subscribing. See you next time. Hey guys, I'm Good25
and Arch9234.
With episode 152 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Wild Force, the Wild Force Megazord, aka the Gao
Megazord?
Megazord. Or you can have him like clawing something like that.
Rockets away! Oh no, it looked like that.
It did. The Egozord does look like.
I don't know, it looks like that damn move.
Dang you, GDF, for saying that.
I always found it weird because I always see Commander Odin's symbol because it's the same symbol on his armor in the front.
Twist the head.
And I will form the head.
This ain't Voltron.
Yes.
Form feet and legs, form arms and body, and now form the head. Let's go Voltron Force. Now, also, another interesting thing is that the Japanese version, there was actually an alternate version, a black version of the elephant. It was the Toys R Us exclusive set that was only available at Toys R Us, and it came with the black Gao ape and the black elephant Zord. Now the good thing about the Japanese version is that you can actually buy all the power animals separately. You didn't have to buy all of them in like the Gao King, the whatnot. So now we have the Gao Knight / Ultimus Megazord. Now this one was actually not used in Wild Force, oddly enough. The only
Oh, that's good. We forgot that.
oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
well,
yeah.
time to start over again.